I was talking with...
This is Harold McAvoy. Come on, Mac.
I was talking with Trooper Gary Forshee in Canisteo just a minute ago. He's manning the police department down there because he can't get home. Now, there's water going over the East Main Street Bridge in Canisteo now. And those two places in the dike that were bad, they're getting worse. It's beginning to eat away the dike. It's a question of time now. But that's down near the bridge. And in the Purdy Creek area, the situation is bad. Very bad. In fact, there's 3 people in trouble down there, and 1 or 2 of them are invalid. And there's 2 rescue squads going in. And that's the latest we have so far from Canisteo.
Okay, so it is being taken care of. That's the important thing. Muriel?
The Ronald Mosier family from Dennis Avenue have been evacuated and are safe. This is for the benefit of their relatives who would be worried. And a call from Arkport said the big boat from Geneseo just went through Arkport.
Okay. Why don't you repeat both of those?
All right. The Ronald Mosier family from the lower end of Dennis Avenue have been evacuated and are safe. This is for the benefit of their grandmother, particularly, who lives up on North Main, who would be worried. And a big boat from Geneseo just went on its way to rescue operations in this area, just went through Arkport.
That means we got 2, 1 from Hammondsport and 1 from Geneseo. Thank you, Muriel, very much. Here's Jan Travis. Jan, do you have anything for us?
Well, I was just up to the high school at the Red Cross, and so far they've got something like 30 people there, and they got people from Dennis Avenue, River Street, and one of the Red Cross representatives says Crosby Street looks pretty bad. She was down around that area, and they also got people from James and Jane. Riding around, I noticed that the Fulton Street North Church Street intersection is impassable, along with, very much so, the William Street North Church Street intersection. So it'd be advisable to not travel anyway, but if you must go, please avoid those areas.
All right. Thank you very much, Jan. Recapping here, the situation in Hornell seems to be under control and is leveling off. We've just spoken with the mayor, as you heard. Canisteo now seems to be the object of most concern. You heard a report there that the situation is worsening in Canisteo. We're having difficulty getting reports from Canisteo. The roads are closed to Canisteo. We've had 2 reporters down there. One's home was evacuated, and we have not heard from her. I'm sure she's all right, but she hasn't been able to get to a telephone. And we sent a reporter down, and he had to return because of the fact that the roads are closed. So Canisteo seems to be the point of main concern now. Nancy Goodwin has a report.
The American Red Cross at Hornell Senior High School called Mrs. Patty and said that they do have plenty of clothing and blankets for the time being. Plenty were brought in, so no more needed right now, and thank you all.
Okay, and I need a cup of instant tea, Ducky. 30 people were reported now at the high school. They are being taken care of. You just heard that report. Now, the situation briefly seems to be this. Hornell, the situation seems to be under control. But Mayor Mazzello says we must find that fine line between panic, which we don't need at all, of course, and complacency. Obviously, the thing to have is caution. There is no need to be alarmed, the mayor says. However, if you do wish to be evacuated from your home, there is plenty of help. And I can testify to that because I've seen plenty of help available with our fine policemen and firemen standing by right now, ready to help you in any way if you need any kind of help at all. You can call them. In Canisteo, the situation is much worse, and the reports from there are at this time a little bit confusing, but we do know it's worse there than it is here. In Alman, the situation also reported to be quite bad, and we're getting reporters at all those scenes as soon as we can.
Oh, this is the upper end of Dennis Avenue, where the entrance to the Sportsman's Club is. The road is completely washed out there. The upper end of Dennis Avenue, near the vicinity of the entrance or the road to the Sportsman's Club, is completely washed out.
Okay. Could you leave me those reports, honey, and I can read those? Mm-hmm. I'm curious about that one about school. I think some kids are going to be...
About the regions?
Yeah. Okay. Well, briefly, what it amounts to is the regions which were scheduled today in Hornell are canceled, and the students will be graded on averages.
Yeah.
And get Regents credit for it. That comes from Harold Paul.
Done good work all year.
That's right. Now's the time they wish they'd done good work all year. Right. Okay. That is the situation from the high school.